So hello and welcome to the Rising Tide of Excellence in Marine and Outdoor Vinyl. Today, marine industry veteran Lynn Prouty will be taking us through what makes a performance marine and outdoor vinyl. This webinar will only be about 30 minutes long with a short Q&A at the end. Thank you again for being with us, and Lynn, go ahead and begin.
All right, thank you, Ashley. My name is Lynn Prouty, and I am the Director of Marine here at Morbern. I've been in the industry for over 20 years, working with designers and engineers, helping them to select the correct textile to fit their application. So for today's topics of the webinar, we're going to cover what markets Morbern serves, how to recognize a premium outdoor performance vinyl, what products we have available in our stock program, and the proper care and maintenance of outdoor vinyls. For those of you who are new to Morbern, we are a vinyl manufacturer located in Cornwall, Ontario, Canada. We have 4 manufacturing facilities. 2 in Canada, our manufacturing facility in Cornwall, and then we also have our substrate mill just outside of Montreal, Quebec, Canada. We partner with 2 mills in Asia, and our U.S. headquarters is located in High Point, North Carolina. We have 6 distribution centers across North America and 1 in Europe. We were established in 1965, and we are a privately owned, fully vertically integrated mill. Now, this means that we're able to design, develop, produce, and support out of our facility in Canada. With our 2 partners in Asia, we're able to offer a global product mix with a North America backup program. We serve a multitude of different markets and have been for over 50 years. With our expertise in coated fabrics, we're able to use experience from all markets to develop products that can bridge across multiple markets. So a few of the markets, or the markets that we're in, includes, of course, marine for outdoor fabrics, recreational vehicles, which includes golf carts, ATVs, personal watercrafts, motorhomes, campers, and such. Contract furniture utilizes outdoor furniture lines for their patio seating, stadium seating, amphitheater. Heavy truck, we supply to the U.S. military for a lot of their outdoor applications, and also automotive. Here are a few of our key manufacturers that we support. You'll see GM, Volvo, Ford, Peterbilt, Kenworth, into the recreational lines, many of the obviously marine manufacturers, as well as the snowmobile and golf carts. But today's seminar, we're going to focus on outdoor fabrics. My particular industry that I'm selling for or working with is the marine industry. So we'll start with this graphic. Basically, anything that needs to be covered with an upholstery fabric for the outdoors, we have a product in marine. So whether it's your cockpit seating, it's your interior headliner, or hull liner, trim parts, we have a specific product to fit that application. Here are a few of our marine customers we supply. As you can see, we have a diverse mix here. So anything from a fishing boat manufacturer to a yacht manufacturer, sporty or classic. So let's talk about how to recognize what would be considered a premium outdoor vinyl. What makes it premium? First of all, it has to hold up in the elements of the outdoors. So with the sun, the rain, the wind, all of these products are going to be put to the test. It has to be comfortable because most likely we're going to be sitting on it in our summer wear with our skin touching the upholstery. And then it has to have some type of protective top coat to give it longevity. So breaking down a premium support or a premium vinyl for the outdoors, it actually has 4 layers to this process. We start with the first layer, which is the engineered fabric. For an outdoor environment, you have to use specific yarns that can hold up in the heat, the sun, in the outdoors. Next, we have the chemical layer, which is the PVC in this case, and that gives comfort to that fabric. So it gives the additives needed for each market to resist fading, mildew, cold crack, whatever your market may be. Additives that are needed for your product will be put in at this layer. The next layer is the design layer. This is the layer that gives the designer the ability to create a product specifically for their needs, for their look and design. The final layer is the top coat. This is what protects all the layers underneath. It's like putting a clear coat finish on a fine piece of furniture. So the strength and performance really starts at that first layer. We use, at Morbern, we use 100% polyester circular knit fabrics, similar to what you'd find on a t-shirt or a sweatshirt. So it gives you a lot of stretch, but it bounces back and goes back to its original state, okay? With every fabric, supported fabric vinyl, we need to have a stretch in both directions. So it will come in either a 2-way stretch or a 4-way stretch, depending on the application and the product that we're looking at. Here are 4 of our substrates, our polyester substrates. And you'll notice from the top of the screen on the left to the bottom right, there's a variety of different weaving techniques that are used, as well as a variety of different specialty yarns. The yarn on the top gives it a loftier backing. And as you work on down to the bottom right, it'll have a smoother, tighter weave. That second layer is the additive layer that we talked about. This is the protective layer. So if we're talking about creating an outdoor product, it needs to meet certain regulations for each market. So in the marine or outdoor market, we're concerned about mold and mildew, UV rays, and in some of the industries, like for snowmobiles or golf carts, we're concerned with cold crack resistance. Also on that level, we can add comfort by the thickness of the foam layer. So that creates a softness for this product. The third layer that we talked about, this is the element of design. This gives you the versatility on an outdoor vinyl to add texture and special effects. So if you want to have a metallic finish or satin finish or a matte finish, all of those can be adjusted at this level. Here's an example of 3 different textures, 3 different finishes, and how they add texture and dimension to the furniture piece. So on that third layer, what would be our options for adding dimension to the product? So 2 ways we can do that is through embossing a grain. And embossing comes in through 2 different processes. Either a metal engraved roller that is, the vinyl is heated and then rolled over with an embossing roller that transfers that 3-dimensional texture onto the face of the vinyl. The other form of embossing is what we call transfer paper. That is a textured paper where the vinyl is cast onto that. When it's cooled and peeled off, the texture transfers from the paper to the face of the vinyl. Both are used in outdoor application. The first is more widely used on upholstery fabrics that we're talking about today for the cut and sew applications. The transfer paper is something that we would use for a back formable product, like a dashboard or trim parts. The other process we would look at would be adding a print to it for dimension. So that can be done with a Rotogravure roller. It's consistent and it's a repeat, probably every 18 inches down the entire length of the roll, about 40 yards, 54 inches wide. But you're limited to the two-color process there, a tone on tone. With digital print, it gives you the versatility to take a photographic design and do a photographic reproduction onto the face of the vinyl. So let's look at a couple of those examples here. The Rotogravure, here's our natural linen pattern. You'll see that it has the texture and look of a woven fabric. In this particular case, it's a tone-on-tone color. So it's an inexpensive way to give the look and feel of fabric onto an outdoor vinyl. We have hundreds of different patterns to choose from in our library of rollers. If you wish to have one exclusive to you, you could actually have one made. It takes about 12 weeks to have those made and put in place for us to give you a lab sample of that. The other option of print that I mentioned is our digital print. There are a couple photos for the recreational market. So you'll see on the left, they have used a decal transfer on their hard plastic surface. And the designer wanted to tie that in to their cut and sew upholstery seat. So we were able to take that same digital file, it's a 3-layer vector file, and create the image on our outdoor vinyl that they could use in patterning in their cut and sew process to apply that to their seat. So in this application, the colors are unlimited. Whatever your photographic shows can be reproduced with this inkjet process. Here's another example of a woven fabric look that has been transferred or printed on an outdoor vinyl. So in this application, you'll see with the digital print, it actually allows us to show different colors of yarn that appear to be woven with a texture applied to it. So it actually simulates the look and feel of a multicolor woven fabric. The final layer that goes on is the top coat. This is important for abrasion, for cleanability, the way the product feels, the actual, it feels like leather or it feels like silk. This comes from that top coat layer. And most top coats have an adjustable gloss level. So whether you want it to be a matte finish or a high gloss, you can adjust it to whatever level you need it to be. So all of our products are tested with the American testing standards set by the Chemical Film and Fabric Association. That is a trade organization that Morbern is part of, and they work together, different manufacturers, to set a standard for upholstery vinyls. Every product that we sell will come with a product information sheet, giving the specs that are specific for that particular pattern or product. Each market has its own set of specs. So depending on which market we're selling to, we'll make sure that we select the product that meets the standards of that market. For instance, here are some of the things that we test for. So flame resistance, for instance, is not important in the OEM marine market. So it's not a standard that we have to meet, but mildew and pink stain resistance is. So this product, if it has both in it, can be sold to both markets. So when creating our products, we don't create a product specifically for one market. We create products that can bridge across multiple markets. So these are some of the features that you would see on our labels. We offer it in either a 2-way or a 4-way stretch. It'll meet 1,000 hours of UV resistance. The biocides we use are compliant for Europe as well as the US. And the products that we're presenting today have also been certified with a negative 25-degree Fahrenheit cold crack resistant, meaning if you use these products in a cold outdoor environment, if you were to take a wooden mallet and tap it when it's 2 degrees out, it's not going to shatter. If it didn't have this cold crack resistance, you would have a shatter effect across your product. So these are rated to negative 25-degree Fahrenheit. So the next step of the process to add value to your upholstery product would be to add a lamination package. So this is a photo of an ottoman that has our splash product. It's actually our surf and our base side patterns that have a 1/4-inch foam lamination package on the back side of them. And what this does for the product is it offers greater loft when fabricating the product. So you'll see by the photograph how the top of this piece kind of crowns, and that top stitching is much more enhanced with the added depth of the lamination package. So as a vinyl manufacturer, we like to also be the vendor of record for all the lamination packages. And the reason this is important is because there's certification levels for every layer of that seat design. We meet all the certifications needed for premium outdoor upholstery vinyl with our PVC layer and our supported substrate. If our product is married to another product through lamination, whether it be adhesive or flame lamination, it's important for us to continue that certification with that bonded product. So all of our specifications will come with certification papers of the foam packages that have been laminated to our products. So in some cases, in many cases, there is no need for lamination package. The only time that you would add lamination is if you're putting it over a surface that may be a rough surface or a surface that you need to contour and soften. So in this case, there's 3 different applications going on here. There is the quilting application. That requires a specific foam package that's called our cut and sew foam. It has a knit backing on the back of the foam, and once it's married to our vinyl and they stitch through the top layer of the vinyl, it can grab that extra knit backing in the back, grabbing those yarns, allowing it to give the loft needed in a quilting process. The light colored board in between the seating and the speaker board there, it's rounded. That particular part is not a rounded part. That is something that they softened with a foam package, laminated to the back of that foam, and then it's sewn into the pattern form and wrapped and stapled onto that product. So in that case, there was a 1/4-inch foam added to that package to soften those edges. Here you notice another board that's in between the quilted pattern and the seating. This is an example where there is no lamination added, so it leaves the very sharp, crisp edge of the board beneath. And you'll notice on this upholstery, the stitching isn't quite as lofty as that used with the laminated package that I showed you earlier on the ottoman. The seam lays nice and flat, but there's not as much loft to that because there's not as much depth to the fabric. Okay, so now we're going to get into the product offerings. This year, or over the past 2 years, we have been working on some product development with a new construction. There was a call in the marketplace for a product that would work across multiple applications. So we had a lot of two-way stretch products in the marketplace with a variety of different top coats. We had polyurethanes coming into the market that were having some difficulties in the outdoor environment. Polyurethanes tend to have issues with heat and humidity. They may bubble and peel on the surface. And there's also some problems with the retention. So we needed to have a product, a PVC product that Morbern produced that would be able to bridge the gap from trim parts to upholstery, offering a soft, supple feel, but had a good stretch and set, offering a soft product with great recovery. So this year, we have expanded our collection on our splash construction. So the splash construction is our four-way stretch product. This product is easy to tailor. It's soft. It has a great drape to it. And so we thought, how can we bring this product to market, still offering a good, better, best scenario? So we need to meet different price points. We know this. There are entry-level boats, there are mid-level boats, and there are luxury boats. How can we use one performance fabric that's tried and true to use on trim parts as well as upholstery, but differentiate it with different patterns, different feels, with the same performance and workability? So that's how we've created our collections that we're going to offer today. So the first collection, our entry-level collection, is our Shoreline collection. This collection features our standard top coat. This is a adjustable gloss level top coat. These two patterns are offered with our satin finish. And we are offering two patterns, the Sandpiper and the Voyager. There's 12 colors of each. The Sandpiper offers a little bit finer grain. The Voyager is a little bit heavier pebbled grain to contrast. The second collection that we offer is our Bayshore collection. The Bayshore collection offers two different patterns, our Bayside and Surf. This collection, both of these patterns were developed a couple years ago and have done very well in the pontoon market. Again, this is on the splash construction. It's a four-way stretch performance fabric. It contours trim parts as well as contour foam packages very well. In the Bayshore collection, we're featuring this collection with our leather top coat called Alante. This top coat has a waxy leather type hand to it. So not only is the product very tailorable, but it feels like leather. So this is what we would call our mid-level offering. The third collection is our Tides collection. This is currently in product development. We have prototype yardage available for testing in 4 different patterns. This collection is the best of the best that we have to offer in marine. It's offered on the splash four-way stretch construction. It has a new silky soft leather hand with a nice glide to it. And it's also enhanced, it has enhanced cleanability. So it hits all points that we're looking for a luxury type product. As far as accents, we have many, many accents to choose from. We'll start off with our Nautical Classics collection. The 4 patterns that we're looking at in the Adrenaline collection, the Wave, Shock, Rush, and Edge, all feature a dimensional emboss with a pearl accent. The next pattern in that collection is our Kicks pattern, which is a simulated fabric mesh pattern. The third one is our natural linen. This goes back to the Rotogravure printing, the repeat roller, similar to how a roll of wallpaper would be printed. A tone-on-tone print with a fabric emboss. Next in our accents, we'll go into the leather-like finish collection. Our first one in that collection is our Riviera. This is a slubbed linen with the Alante top coat. Our second pattern in that collection is our surf pattern. It pairs nicely with our Bayside collection. It's a wavy organic pattern. And the third accent that the third pattern that can be used for accents with our leather-like finish is our Prodigy. This is a pebble-like finish with the Alante top coat. And our final collection is on the new splash construction. It's a multi-directional pattern texture with a pearl finish. So going back to touch on the new product developments for this year, we have, as I mentioned in our Tides collection, the Sea Silk top coat. This is our newest leather top coat. It's a polyurethane top coat to be applied to our PVC outdoor vinyl. And it's specially engineered for the marine market. So it's highly cleanable, has a silky soft hand, and is very tailorable on that splash construction. The second area of product development that we've been working on this year is our Cool Fab product. Cool Fab is a technology that allows us on that second layer of building this product to add this heat reduction technology. So here's a seat of one of our manufacturers that's using this product this year. They just launched it in June this year. The Cool Fab technology allows the designers to utilize darker colors in some of the key touch point areas that contact the skin. So for years, many of the dark colors were put into the back lumbar supports of the cushion rather than on the backrest or the knee bolsters because, quite frankly, they just generated too much heat. We had to keep throwing towels down to be able to sit on our boat seats with the dark accents. With this technology, it allows the designers to select whatever color, print, finish, add the Cool Fab technology, and reduce the heat in these touch point areas to a comfortable level similar to that of the lighter colors. So with all of the product, the layers that we have that go into creating the product for outdoors, it makes this product a very durable product for the outdoor elements. But in order for that to last, we need to have proper care and cleaning of this product. So with all of our products and all of our top coats, they can all be cleaned with just a mild soap and water. If you get a stain or start to see some mildew growth, we have different resources to go to on our website, and you can go in there and look up your product and see how to properly care and clean for that product. But basically, a mild detergent or a 10-to-1 bleach and water solution will help keep that product clean. So we talked about how we go about manufacturing the vinyl and how important it is to have these additives for these outdoor markets. I do want to point out that seat design is also a key factor here. So on the first layer, which is your PVC layer, we can put all the additives, all the antimicrobials needed to create this premium outdoor vinyl. But it also goes on top of many other layers. So it's important that each of these layers allow for water to drain completely through the final surface. So each one of these layers must be treated with antimicrobials. They must all be considered a marine grade or outdoor grade material, and they must all be drainable. Okay, so why is this important to have the water be able to drain through? We know we're using outdoor vehicles. We know there's going to be rain, snow, water. There will be heat and cold, and there will be dirt and debris that's carried through the air. So the reason it's important to do proper cleaning and maintenance of your vinyl is to prevent, in the outdoor market where there's a lot of heat and water, is to prevent mildew growth. In order to have mildew growth, you'll see by the slide, there needs to be 4 elements present. There needs to be water, there needs to be microbials, there needs to be a food source for the microbials to feed off of, and there needs to be warmth. By eliminating any one of these elements, we can eliminate or mitigate the growth of mildew. So going back to the proper care and maintenance, it's as easy as bringing the boat in, bringing the vehicle in at the end of the day, give it a quick wash down, clear water rinse, and let it dry out the best you can. We can prevent one of these articles in this slide from appearing, and we can eliminate the growth of mildew. So hopefully you found this somewhat informative. I know it was a lot of technical information, but if you'd like to reach out to your sales reps at our morbern.com website, we can steer you in the right direction for the product that you're looking for. Thank you, and Ashley, I'll send it back to you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you all, and thank you, Lynn, for that great presentation. We did have a couple questions. So the first one is going to be, how long does marine vinyl typically last?
Okay, that's a great question, and it obviously varies depending on the care and maintenance of the vinyl. The longevity of the vinyl really depends on how well it is protected. Okay, so I'm going to say 5 to 15 years. And the reason this is because some boats are exposed to the elements 24/7, 365 days of the year, they're never covered. The product is built with certain additives to resist those harsh elements, but it can't prevent the harsh elements from degrading the vinyl. The vinyl is like a living product full of plasticizers to keep it soft and supple, and antimicrobials to keep it from the dirt and grime and mildew growth. So all of those factors come into play with proper care and cleaning. So I'm going to put it out there. They are warranted. Our products are warranted for 5 years out of Canada. And I've seen them last up to 15 years if they've been covered and not totally exposed to the sun every day of the year.
Okay, thank you very much. The next one is, what is the best way to prevent mildew on a boat seat?
Okay, so I think we went over that with the last slide. Basically, you got to look at those 4 factors. Just keep it clean. Keep it clean and keep it covered when it's not in use.
Okay. And the last question I have for you is, what's the coldest temperature that it can be exposed to?
Okay, that's where we've talked about the cold crack resistance. So our outdoor products are tested to a negative 25 degree Fahrenheit.
Okay. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you all so much for joining us. And thank you, Lynn, for giving us this great information.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.